Hey, this is Charmaine Ironside with Love Your Way Light, and today I want to share my second technique with you for releasing weight from your body joyfully while eating exactly what you desire. So right now, I just finished lunch, and you can see my plate. So there's still some rice on there, and I had a whole pile of rice, I had a whole bunch of chicken, and I had some salad on my plate. And so I sat to eat, and when I eat, I normally have very little distraction, so the TV's off. I actually put my phone into airplane mode so I can be really focused on my meal. Sometimes I'll have music on, whatever that looks like. But I really sit and I'm present with what I'm eating so that, for one, I get the most joy from the food, and also so I notice my hunger and my fullness. And so since I started doing this, I've been able to release a lot of weight from my body without dieting and without changing what I eat. So that was Lebanese food leftovers from yesterday. And my husband and I, we barely cook at home. We get takeout all the time. We eat at restaurants a lot. Sometimes we cook at home, but it's not really the common thing for us because both of us are entrepreneurs. We have 3 different businesses. We have a 2.5-year-old. We are moving and grooving, and we prioritize other things than cooking. So I eat out a lot. I use healthy meal services, things like that. And the only reason I'm sharing that is because I want you to know that you don't necessarily have to cook every single meal and meal prep like a crazy person in order to be healthy and live at a healthy weight. That's what the diet industry would have you believe, and I want you to know that it's a lie because I'm living proof. I spent 20 years meal prepping and being obsessive about my food, and I was overweight, okay? And now that I'm more free about food and I respect my body with the amount of food I eat, everything has shifted. So today's lesson is eat until you are satisfied. Eat what you want until you are satisfied, and stop when you are satisfied. So most people I've trained, I've trained people in fitness and nutrition, in mindset. A lot of the time they'll say, well, I eat super healthy and I'm still overweight. And so this is why. It's not just about what you eat. In fact, I think it's more about how you eat, how much you eat, and why you eat. So what are you choosing to eat is important, of course. Choose foods that generally nourish yourself, and there's room for treats, and there's room for Lebanese food and rice and all that stuff. And it really comes down to honoring your body. So to overeat constantly like I used to do is not honoring your body. Your body is amazing. It's a tool. It's a beautiful, precious tool for living fully. And it's so amazingly put together that your ability to burn fat, your metabolism, is exactly equal to your hunger. So if you eat generally healthy, I like the 80-20 rule, 80-20 guideline, eating healthy 80% of the time, and then 20% of the time there's totally room for chips and wine and all that kind of stuff. So that's a great way to eat. I honestly, for me, I don't really worry about the percentage. Most of the time I eat food that honors my body because I want to thrive and I want to feel amazing. And this has changed a ton for me, as I'll share with you tomorrow in our next lesson, because I used to have such a willpower battle when it came to eating. I wanted to eat more than I needed. I wanted to eat stuff that wasn't good for my body. And once I started to think about this body as my tool for living fully and something I love and care about, now it's so much easier. So I want you to start thinking about that. If you love something, you take care of it. So if you love your body, you can take care of it. And that's just something to marinate on for you. But getting back to the portions and leaving some food on the plate. So like I said, your metabolism, your natural ability to burn fat is exactly equal to your hunger. So if you eat and you notice that you're satisfied and you stop, you will not be challenged with your weight. Most people overeat in this day and age. There's an abundance of food. Most people are so distracted while they're eating that they overeat. And so we can do even better. And the way we do that is we're a little bit more present with our food. We chew more, we breathe more, we turn off some of the distractions, and we're present with our food, which will also help us have way more joy from the food. But then you'll notice when you're actually satisfied. It takes about 20 minutes for your stomach organ to tell your brain that you're satisfied. So if you can slow down and started to notice the cues that come from your own body. Oh, my stomach is getting a little full. Before it has to make its way to your brain to say, stop eating, you will release weight. Okay, so all you have to do, sit down to eat, check in with yourself, how hungry am I? Eat the food. When you start to feel satisfied, that point where the food is actually giving you energy rather than taking your energy, that's when you stop. You know that feeling when you're at the table and you're like, ooh, the food tastes good, I just want one more piece of pizza. And you know there's that edge of the pizza gave me energy, and then if I have the 5th piece, then I need to go lay down after. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I want you to think about that. So there's always a point in the meal where if you keep eating, instead of food giving you fuel and giving you energy for your day, it's actually taking energy, because all of your blood and resources has to be in your stomach to try to digest the food. So this is a huge, huge one. So eat until you're satisfied, okay? And so there's a quick thing I'll teach you. It's called the hunger scale. 1 is, I'm so freaking hungry, I could eat my arm. And 10 is, I'm so stuffed and uncomfortable, I wish there could be like a conveyor belt that would like take me, or like a dump truck that could take me up to my room so I could just lay down. That's how uncomfortably full I am. You know, like some people would call that like the Christmas dinner full for people that really overeat. So I want you to think about that. Ideally, you start eating at around a 3 when you're quite hungry, but you're not ravenous yet. Because when you're ravenous, that's when we make poor food choices, and that's when we normally overeat because we're just like, survival mode, trying to get the food in. And then, 6 on the hunger scale is satisfied. 7 is full. 8 is uncomfortably full. You know what I mean? So you can use that scale, take it or leave it. 6, though, is about ideal, and that's the point where the food is giving you energy. That's when you're satisfied. That's when you know you've had enough, and if you eat a couple more bites, you'll be uncomfortable. Okay, so this is huge. I know it seems simple, but sometimes the simplest things in life are the most impactful. You don't need a meal plan. You don't need another diet. Just trust your body, because your body has all the answers. I promise you that. So, yesterday we talked about self-care and, giving yourself what you need without food, and then you'll be able to eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. I mentioned the broccoli test. So this is a teether, a little baby toy, but stop when you couldn't eat broccoli. So ask yourself, would I be able to eat a cup of broccoli right now? If the answer is no, then you're probably not physically hungry. And you can use that, I usually with my clients use that before we eat. Like maybe we had a really emotional day and all we want is a cheesecake. And then it's like, oh, could I eat broccoli right now? No. All I want is the cheesecake. That's how you know that you're emotionally eating, or that you're eating for a reason other than physical hunger. So talked about that, self-care yesterday. Tomorrow we'll talk about making food choices that honor your body. And today was just all about eating until you are satisfied. And it's not rocket science. It just takes slowing down even more with your food, enjoying your food, listening to your body. This takes practice, but it's the most useful practice in the world. If you want to have the body of your dreams while having freedom around food, this is a game changer, okay? So just slow down, check in on your hunger, give it a try. I'd love to hear how it goes, and we'll see you tomorrow for the next technique. Have a great day.